Welcome to a day in my life as a Valorant player trying to rank up. The grind is real, the stakes are high, and today I'll take you through my routine from warming up to playing competitive games. Whether you're trying to rank up yourself or just curious how someone in Platinum prepares, you're in the right place. I'm currently sitting at Plat 3, but the goal for this season is Ascendant. It's going to be tough, but with the right mindset and preparation, I know it's possible. Let's start the day off right, with some stretches. Before I even touch my keyboard and mouse, I do a quick set of hand stretches. Trust me, it might seem unnecessary, but this small routine can make a huge difference during long gaming sessions. First up, hand blossom stretch. Open your right hand and extend it back from your wrist, spreading your fingers wide in the process. Now flex your wrist forward while bringing your fingers together in tight formation, as if they're forming a point. Repeat the stretch multiple times over 30 seconds in a slow and controlled cadence. Then switch to the left hand and restart. Next is the assisted hand stretch. This stretch is perfect for releasing tension in your wrists and fingers. Extend one arm forward with your palm facing outward. Use your other hand to gently pull your fingers back toward your body. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds, then switch hands. Now for the finger stretch. This one targets individual fingers to improve control and flexibility. Extend your hand with your palm outward. Use your other hand to gently pull each finger back one at a time. Hold each stretch for 5 to 10 seconds. Finally, I do the lumbrical stretch. This one targets the muscles in your palms and fingers, helping with grip strength and reducing fatigue. Bend your fingers at the knuckle on your right hand. Your fingertips should touch the pads at the base of your fingers. Use your left hand to gently push back on the curled fingers, flexing them toward the back of your hand. Hold for 10 seconds. Repeat this move 3 times, switch hands, and restart. With my hands warmed up, it's time to lock in my aim with some Aim Labs drills. Now, you don't have to do the exact same tasks I'm doing, but I've found it's important to include a few specific types of training in your warm-up. Let me break down what I'm running today. First up is Grid Shot Ultimate. This task is perfect for warming up your reflexes and focusing on speed. But here's the thing, it's not just about speed. High accuracy is the goal here. Grid Shot helps you combine speed and accuracy, which is crucial for hitting your shots in Valorant. It's a great warm-up to get your reflexes dialed in before moving on. Next is Micro Shot Precision. This one is similar to Grid Shot but with a twist. The targets are smaller and the movements are a bit wider. As you progress, the targets get even smaller, which makes it perfect for simulating Valorant's precise aiming requirements, especially for headshots. Like Grid Shot, accuracy is the priority here. While you can build a rhythm and move quickly, this task forces you to focus on your crosshair placement and precision. It's an awesome way to prepare for the small heads you'll be clicking in Valorant. The last task in my warm-up routine is one I always recommend, especially for new players. It's called GG Valorant Small Flicks. If you've watched my previous videos or checked out the New to Valorant playlist, you'll know this is one of my favorites. This task places all targets on a horizontal line, which keeps you focused on steady aim as you scan left and right. It's a way to practice keeping your aim at head level, which is key for landing shots in Valorant. This is always my final warm-up before loading up the game, and it helps me feel confident and prepared. So that's my Aim Labs routine for today. Grid Shot Ultimate for speed and reflexes, Micro Shot Precision for small target control, and GG Valorant Small Flicks to lock in head level aim. Remember, you can mix and match tasks that work best for you, but always prioritize accuracy over pure speed. Now that I'm warmed up, it's time to dive into some Deathmatch. The first Deathmatch didn't exactly go smoothly. I had over 500 ping at some points, and it was completely unplayable. My shots weren't registering, my movement was a mess, and I couldn't even track enemies properly. So eventually I had to leave the game and reset my Wi-Fi. Now sometimes tech issues happen, and there's no point in tilting over it. Reset and move on. Alright, after fixing the Wi-Fi, I jumped into the second Deathmatch. Things were definitely improving. Headshots were starting to fall into place, and my positioning felt a lot better. But this game wasn't without its challenges. With all the players still in the game, spawns are a bit chaotic. It felt like every time I got into a groove, I'd spawn right into someone's crosshair. But that's Deathmatch for you. Chaotic, but useful for warming up. Despite the chaos, this game helped me focus on tracking enemies and getting my aim back on track. The third and final Deathmatch was where everything clicked. My headshots were solid, my spawns were manageable, and I was starting to feel the rhythm. This was the game that told me, alright, it's time. I'm ready for competitive. Deathmatch is all about building confidence, and by the end of this one, I knew I was ready to jump into comp. After 2.5 deathmatches, my aim felt dialed in, my positioning was sharp, and I was finally ready to take on the climb. So, with my warm-up complete, it's time to head into the competitive queue. Let's see how the day goes. I've got my eyes on some serious RR gains. On to the climb. Alright, placement games are done, and it's time for the recap. Let me just say, it wasn't my best showing, but hey, that's Valorant for you, so let's break it down. Day 1 started off rough. My first 2 games were not great, and I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe it was an off day, or maybe I should have warmed up more, but either way, the results were less than stellar. Thankfully, my clipping software only saved 2 moments from those games, and honestly, I'm glad it wasn't more. I was off to a shaky start, and then game 3 on bind. Usually I do well on bind, and this game was no different. I locked in for a few rounds, found my rhythm, and we managed to pull off the win. Now that gave me some confidence going into day number 2. Day 2 kicked off with the same warm-up routine, a few hand stretches and some aim labs tasks, a quick deathmatch, and then I jumped into the last 2 games, and I just couldn't hit my stride. It wasn't my worst, but it wasn't my best either. The placement grind is always sweaty at the start of a new season, and these games reminded me of that. I probably should have played another deathmatch or a quick play to get fully warmed up, but you live and learn. So after all 5 placement games, here it is. Gold 3, 50 out of 100 RR. Not quite platinum, but honestly, I'm not too upset. I've seen some people get hit with way worse D ranks at the start of the season. Gold 3 feels like a solid starting point for the new season, and now the journey begins to fight back into platinum, and hopefully find my new peak rank. For now, I'm sticking with this warm-up routine all week and seeing how it feels by the end. If it doesn't hold up, I'll look into how the pros warm up and I'll adjust from there. Either way, this series is just getting started, and I'm ready to grind my way back up. And that wraps up today's video. Let's quickly recap everything we covered. I started with my warm-up routine, including hand stretches, aim lab drills, and deathmatch games to get ready for placements. The placements themselves were a mixed bag, some tough games, a few good rounds, and ultimately, I landed in Gold 3 with 50 RR. Not the start I hoped for, but definitely a solid foundation for climbing back into Platinum and beyond. If you're looking for teammates to grind with or just want to be a part of a supportive Valorant community, don't forget to join our Discord. The link is in the description. It's a great place to connect with other players, find tips, and even build your next squad. Also, make sure to check out my other videos, including guides for new players and my full warm-up routine. I'm staying consistent with updates, tips, and gameplay content all year long, so be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. This is Fizz, and I'll see you in the next one. GG and good luck out there.